So welcome back all. Our next speaker is Santosh. He is presenting a case study about Agile implementation and what executive leadership thinks about it. So over to you, Santosh.
All right, thank you. Very warm good afternoon in all sense. What I wanted to talk is, I think we've been hearing about Agile, and I'm sure that all of you are really experts in Agile methodologies and implementation and all. I'm pretty sure that you have done it in one or the other implementation in your professional career. But what I wanted to talk about is what a CEO thinks about Agile transformation. Let's keep it very simple. I will not talk any technology or Agile words. So very simple, what a poor CEO thinks about Agile transformation. So we all keep listening. I think is whomever I met so far, he said like, while Agile transformation failed, CEO or leadership team. So what actually I want to talk about is what the other guy thinks from the other side perspective, and then possibly how we can try to bridge the gap between both the things for a successful Agile implementation. A little bit about me. Until December, I was working as a CEO of a small company. Under non-compete time right now is the best time of any professional. So been involved with a couple of startups, has been working as an advisor and mentor and a little bit of an investor, and 2 decades of an IT experience, done Agile implementation from the other side. I'm one of the IT professionals who have never done coding in his life, maybe because of management education or whatever it is. So that's about me. Built global teams and then worked with them, sales, and then typical P&L guy, taking a lot of stress, running around, living out of suitcase. A typical normal IT guy you might have seen. Right, so Agile transformation, so management thinks from the one level, it's me, right? So I am pulling the entire thing. So that's the management thinks. And from the other side, the team thinks like, no, my management doesn't understand anything, it's us, the team on the ground, who is really pulling the weight of Agile, right? So in a way, I think it's a perspective. So management says that, okay, I'm right, and then as a team member, I feel, I am right. So, and as I said, this is a perspective. I can't say that it is 6 or 9. I can't say that management who is trying to pull the weight, or I can't say that a team is pulling the weight. But one important factor is that you need both, and then we try to establish some facts and figures. This is what I heard from people, from my own people, or when I talk to few industry leaders. So there are some misconceptions about a CEO. First thing, they push this Agile transformation. They don't understand anything of Agile, but they push it. They push it hard, right? We keep hearing this. At least I did. And then since morning I met few people. I think at least 2 of them said that this is how it is, right? My management doesn't know what Agile is in a true sense, but they still push it, and they want instant results. We have been implementing Agile since last 6 months. Where are the results? Known story? So we keep saying this. A CEO, he doesn't understand any P of project management, but he comes and sits in the meeting and keep expecting everything happens for no reasons, right? So we keep hearing this. This is important. So where did the CEO came to know about an Agile transformation? He attended some boring conference. He read it somewhere. He met someone in that conference. So he understood there is something called as Agile. So he thought one fine day, let's implement Agile. Okay, I heard this from my own team member. So he said like, I don't know, Santosh, where you got this idea. This is not going to work. And I think in the morning I heard in one of the conversations, my project is different. My customer is different, right? So I kept hearing this. So I don't know where you heard all these things, where this management hears all this nonsense about Agile, and then all of a sudden you come one fine day morning, you try to push Agile, right? So that's another conception. Earn profit out of our blood. We were happy doing projects, 9 to 6 work, we're going home early, and then all of a sudden this management came. Why they are doing it? Profit. Because management is all about profits, right? So a CEO thought about Agile. Why he thought about it? He wants to make profit. May not be false, but let's see. So now let's understand CEO's world. Now this is like what we heard. I mean, some misconceptions about management, about what CEO thinks. So let's understand the CEO's world. What this guy is under pressure for? Growth and profit, market capitalization and share price if it is listed company, faster to market and quality, and customer satisfaction. Broader way. I mean, I think there must be other challenges, say investor challenges or fight amongst the founders. And I think I'm not relating to those. When, from a larger perspective, what a CEO would think in his or her day-to-day life is fundamentally 4. And any management guy is supposed to do this, right? So where I'm actually going is, can I look at what a CEO would need, his or her day-to-day activities, then trying to drive why this person implements Agile. Let's see. And what the CEO thinks is a non-productive for him or her. Operational engagement, if you go and talk to him saying that, okay, that project is getting delayed, or that project manager is gone for a marriage leave, or that scrum master is falling sick, none of the management guy would like to hear that. I mean, whether it is their responsibility or not, I'm just keeping it aside. But that is what a management guy thinks is a non-productive. Second thing is unsatisfied customer. So we all know that a good CEO, I'm using this word, a good CEO will think about customer all the time. A non-satisfied customer, so he or she will wake up in the night and try to make sure that the customer is happy, or the grievances are taken care of. That is how typical, I'm just talking about a typical world. A non-productive issue resolutions. For example, okay, I am not liking my project manager, Scrum Master is getting delayed every day, the meetings are not happening, so on and so forth. Management guy would not generally want to get involved in that. With me so far? It's just different world. Okay, so now, with this concept, like, so now what we understood is that there are some misconceptions about Agile, about what we think as a CEO would like to implement, why a CEO would like to implement Agile. Then what we also saw is what a CEO's world is, why, or rather what he or she wants to focus on. And the third thing what we would like to see is that why CEO is implementing Agile. Let's look at it in this way. We are constantly blowing past commitments, we need a way to fix it, and then we say, I mean, whatever we are saying that we want to do, we are doing it. In another sense, that whatever commitment we are giving to the customer, we are fulfilling that. So now question is it a fair expectation from the team, from a management? I think the answer is yes. So I need to know, constantly blowing past commitments, right? So now why I'm implementing Agile is to take care of my commitment. Right? So we'll come back to all the points. Again, second thing, we are putting poor quality products in front of the customer. So I am facing this angry customer day in and day out. So I want to reduce that. And I thought Agile will help. Fair thing. I mean, I think you are really the masters of Agile. I think you will agree to me that if I implement Agile, the quality will improve. Third thing is that we need more visibility into the progress what we are making, because I want to take their product to the market in time. Or I made a commitment to the customer, and then ultimately this poor CEO is responsible for whatever wrong happens in the company. So he or she is little edgy about the things that I want to push the products to the market faster. We need faster go to the market, and we don't communicate very well. This is one of the problems, right? My a program manager doesn't know what is happening, and the program director thinks the otherwise. So I want to build a team which is communicating really well, very fast communication, right? And we have too much to do, and the support comes in between, so that the main product development activity goes for a toss. And that's the reason why a CEO thinks Agile can help him or her. So now, if you look at another thing, it costs too much to deliver the software, and we want to use Agile as a way to reduce the cost. Now, if I can ask a question, whatever I listed so far, is there anything which Agile doesn't do? I mean, broader way, from the benefit perspective. We'll not get into the modality and the details of it. There might be something which might be doing extra or not doing something. But from a larger perspective, whatever questions we have seen right now, any comments on that is not going to solve from a larger perspective. So I'm not saying that within 6 months you can't expect an increase in the quality, or there would be some comments of that sort. But what I'm expecting is from a larger perspective, any of these comments which you think Agile can't deliver, more or less, yes. Cost of? It's not correct. It's not guarantee, but that is where we start with, right? I mean, we expect that this cost of product will come down by implementing Agile for whatever their parameter may be. Like say, it will not reduce the manpower effort, but whatever the disturbances per se you get in the product development. Say, even if I deliver the product on time and on quality, that is reduced cost for me. Otherwise, the schedule variance would creep in, the cost would increase, and the bug, the cost would increase. So in overall sense, that's the same in a larger perspective. So, what a problem, what CEO wants to resolve by end of the day, right? So, on time, on budget delivery, quality, incorporate customer feedback in case of a product development, faster to market, and empowered, motivated team. So now again I will ask the same question. So do you think whatever we discussed so far, or whatever this poor CEO is thinking, want to accomplish by implementing Agile, are there any points where, so as a management guy, is this guy thinking too much about Agile? It's a fair, I mean, it's like, if I give a larger perspective, it's a fair expectation. So everybody wants to do good, and then I'm not saying that as a team member I go every day and then try to see that, oh, why this Agile is being implemented. So I don't get up every day morning as a team member and then I want to go and then question the management every day, right? I also go as a team member and with all sincerity I want to implement Agile, right? So now let's look at the key benefits. I mean, this is taken from one of the, I mean, I think you might have come across this, Dr. David. So this is what industry proven benefits. So 41% business value is a better business value. Achieved time to market 83%. I think the numbers are here and there, but I would just follow what Dr. David said. And we're deemed to have a higher quality, cost less, we're seen as more productive. I think you can question me on these percentages, but again, what I am trying to establish a fact here is that there is a benefit. Okay, forget about the percentages. Even if it is 10%, it is a benefit for me. So if I look at the bottom lines, I think this is what a management guy wants. Better collaboration, better product, faster go to market, and then implementing the feedback from the customer at an earlier age, right? So now, another angle of looking at it is, so visibility, business value increases, visibility is constant maintained throughout the agile transformation as against the traditional way of doing the things, adaptability and risk. I mean, I think we can interpret these graphs very easily. The dotted line is a traditional, and then the solid line is agile. So now there are very visible advantages to the agile transformation, and this is why a management guy would like to implement agile. So now let's see. This is what we saw as a strategic word from a CEO. Earlier, when we were establishing a fact that what a CEO would like to do in his or her role, this is what we established. So now, by implementing agile, can I take care of growth and profit in a larger way? Can I take care of market cap and share price? Of course, this is not directly associated, but there is indirectly, like if a happy customer, more business, happy employees, attrition, less attrition, and so on and so forth. So it's more productivity. I mean, I think there are multiple levers how growth and market capitalization can be calculated. Customer satisfaction, certainly, because I am putting the high quality products to the market, to my customers. So the customer satisfaction is obviously on a higher side. And then most importantly, faster to market quality. So now, if I'm tick marking everything out of this slide, what we established as the strategic vision of a CEO, then why agile transformation fails? So now, as a management guy, as a CEO, I come to everyday office, I have a very, very notion or a noble thought about implementing agile because it is going to help me in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then as a team member, I come to work every day with a noble cause. I want to implement agile. I mean, I think I'm assuming that I know by end of the day why I'm implementing agile as a team member. So perfect world. Both should match. I mean, one guy is expecting it will help me. As a team member, I am thinking it will help me. It's a perfect world, but it doesn't happen. And I think would like to know, I mean, until it is successfully implemented, successfully driven agile program, this is a little bit of a difference. So now let's see why. Cultural transformation, collaborative attitude, executive support, and effective change management. So I will start with here. So no matter how the CEO thinks about agile or the benefits is going to solve his or her problem, there has to be an executive support. What I mean by that is it's not just defining the agile program, but can I work with the team? Can I be an executive support? There are multiple ways how we can do this. So that plays an important role. So a couple of friends whom I met outside over the lunch, they said that, okay, what is the challenge we are facing in our organization of implementing? Both of them incidentally said executive support. So this guy, CEO, he is defining that he knows that his word is going to change. He just defines the agile, but he doesn't follow through. One problem. Second thing is collaborative attitude. Right? So I think in the morning somebody was saying it is developer versus testing, and then my code versus your code, and those kind of things. I mean, it's a collaborative effort. And cultural transformation, I think you will agree to this, agile needs a big cultural transformation, because I am used to do certain things since my 10, 15 years. Then all of a sudden you come and then tell me that I'm going to change how you're working. I think that needs a change management, a cultural transformation, and obviously the change management. So everybody has to involve, and then that is the reason why I started with the executive support. If the executive support is not there, then the rest of these things will certainly not go well with the agile program. Again, it's a study. There is a source. 44% fail because of lack of experience with agile methods. You think a while here, what is lack of experience? Again, it comes down to the training, it comes down to the to the people whom I hired in the Agile program, or the way in which I implemented Agile. Again, executive sponsorship or someone is driving is failing in this. Company philosophy or a cultural, again, change management, cultural fitment, lack of management support, we saw this. External pressure to follow traditional waterfall models. I think, at least I have seen it in my organizations. Everything started very well until 3 months. And I don't know what happened after 3 months, it started tapering. And then after 6 months, when I went and saw the team, nobody was doing anything about Agile. So I don't know how it all went through the drains. I mean, somebody said Scrum Master was responsible, somebody said project owner, product owner, somebody said team is not listening. There are different variations. But by end of the day, I mean, if I don't follow through, if we don't implement the things to the core, obviously things are going to fail. And then, I mean, my team went back to the traditional, how they were doing earlier. So they all forgot Agile, and then Agile was there only in the presentations, and then they were doing how things were earlier, before Agile. 36% lack of support for a cultural transition, and a broader organizational or communication problem. This is the main thing. Actually, as a management guy, I mean, as a team member, I expect my CEO to come and talk about why we are implementing Agile. I mean, rather than just mandating over an email saying that tomorrow morning onwards we are implementing Agile, if I communicate it really well, all through the ranks, like say second layer, third layer, fourth layer management, and then ultimately as a team member, I understand why we are implementing Agile to the core. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that how part is to be addressed through the training, what part is to be addressed, again, through training and some workshops, and most importantly, why. Why we are implementing Agile. I think in most of the cases, whomever I met, I mean, whatever company it might be, whoever CEO I met, they all said the why part is extremely important. I mean, this is not going down to me. I mean, I am being the team member. I don't know why I'm implementing Agile by end of the day. So I'm implementing Agile because somebody said this. So in that way, whatever CEO is expecting is not going to come out in a true sense. That's all I had. If I can recap, so there is a different mindset a management guy comes up with, and in terms of why he or she wants to implement Agile. And by the time it reaches to the team member like me, the message is distorted, the why part is distorted, the change management goes missing, and most importantly, the organization doesn't go very well, and in larger cases, what actually at least I have experienced is the just chief sponsor or executive support, what we call. I think that guy holds the key responsibility in terms of making this Agile really successful. And we also saw by implementing Agile to the core, to the principle, whatever we defined, the copybook style, I think that is going to increase the benefit, like what a CEO would think. Happy to answer any questions.
So we still have 5 minutes. If you have any questions, you can please ask.
Hi, Santosh.
Yeah.
One of the places where leadership disappointed was the nature of looking at the competition in the market, then how do they support the team to be truly agile and understand their situation, where they're coming from. Because I have worked in a couple of projects where senior most leadership, right, directors, senior directors, coming and pushing us, do it whatever the way, and deliver it this time, rather than arguing on agile principles or basics, because if you don't do it, then TCS is going to take it. Or this company is going to, because they already bid it. We work in that real world, actually, hostile world, where we are delivering against the competition, not truly for the sake of being agile or product and all that. Now, I didn't know, because when I raised my voice, I was replaced. I was out and I was doing better in my other projects, so thankfully it happened. But then this is not the way it should be. Now, what are your views? What leadership at your level should be doing? And what the people on the ground, like us, who raise their voice and lost, what they should be doing? What is the balance in between?
Okay, so I think this very delicate topic, because it's like somebody raised the voice as against, I will not say policy and all, keep it aside, but from the market perspective, say the product perspective, competition perspective, somebody raised the voice. And I think I would say, I mean, if I were the head of that organization, I would have said that that is my failure. Nobody, even I never did it openly in public, but internally I know it is my failure, because I'm not creating that environment for you to talk to me or whoever that is. I mean, me is a synonymous here, but whoever that is, I'm not creating that environment to come and talk, because you are not coming in and asking a car for yourself or a family vacation, right? So what you are trying to do is for the company. If I'm not understanding that, I think that is how most of the cases work, but again, I would say it is a failure from the management, that I need to create that environment where you can freely come in and talk and then share the feedback.
Management guys learn certain things and unlearn certain things before pushing for implementation of Agile?
100%. But the problem is, whenever the person reaches to the management level, the learning ability is, right? So,
No, but
no offense to anyone, but the thing is, there is a certain way how these people learn. So, if I teach them an agile implementation through profit and loss, through market capitalization, through customer satisfaction, their ears will stand up. Oh wow, okay, I want to know. But if I go say, agile implementation, this thing happened, this yellow stick, oh, what is this yellow stick? This wall is looking dirty, remove that. That is how they think. I mean, I will also give a benefit of a doubt, because I was in the other side of the table, but
That's my basic point. Always management guys will get benefit of doubt and team will get
True. I mean, I think I completely,
they are at the top and that's
yeah,
why they will have the benefit of doubt.
correct. No, but I don't want to stop there. I want you to think about the other side of the table. That's what I said, what a poor CEO is going through every day.
CEO and team is quite wholesome,
Um,
because in between there are n number of people who are basically making team work or making team run away from the company. Right?
True.
So basically that's what CEO first needs to do. Those people learn certain things or unlearn, and then only he can think of implementing Agile and some.
100%. Yes, please.
I think the thing what we are talking about here is difference in vocabulary, what CEO is using and what team is using. We are talking about, for CEO, we are talking about market capitalization, P&L and all. And person like me as a project manager who is a sandwich, if I try to explain this thing to my team member, they will say, what the heck you are talking about?
Yeah.
And so that, I believe that's where I am also trying to find an answer. What a person like me being a, say, whatever title you want to give me, Agile coach, Scrum master or whatever, what should we do? Because one point there is a delivery which my leadership is looking for having, and then there is down my team who is saying, what the hell you're talking about, Agile, Scrum, openness and all that. So that's where I think we all are stuck out there, and everyone is directly or indirectly looking for this answer.
Okay. So I used to quote an example. I mean, I would like to, this is a very interesting thing you're asking. So I will make a statement, okay? Our offerings are resonating extremely well with the customer's requirements, where we are bringing the contextual knowledge of the customer to the table. What does this mean? Right? But this is how CEO thinks. This is how CEO talks. And then that guy is paid to do that. If I go and then talk about, okay, our products are good, take it. Nobody will take it. If I say that we are resonating well with your customer demands, and then where there is a structural pain in the retail industry. What does this mean? Retail industry is under loss. But your point is absolutely right. There has to be someone in between, in the chain, who understands that the structural problem wala language, and then come out, translate that into an agile language. I think absolutely right. But again, I mean, why I'm trying to drive you to the other side of the table is that this guy is supposed to talk like that. No, nobody would listen if I say that, okay, retail as an industry, they are under loss. No. He has to polish that. Yeah, and then make it like well, we are seeing some sweet spots, or there is some strain going on in the retail industry. Green shots. What does that mean? Right?
So for the questions, you can.
Yeah, yeah.
Time is up actually.
Yeah, and I was about to say that.
Yeah. So further questions, please offline. You can connect. So thank you, Santosh.
All right, thank you so much.
Really interesting to know, I mean, CEO's perspective, which has always been a mystery for me. So thanks for that. So may I request Mayuresh, please, for the felicitation?
So I really thank Santosh for his enriching experience being a CXO person and sharing all the details with you, pain points, the goods and bads of it, and why things fail. And eventually, really appreciate him for taking time to share his thoughts with APGI at conference. Thank you so much.